It's Market Day Report. I'm Tony St. James. Here on a Monday, we're seeing a sell-off in the equities, and that in part due to some problems in Japan, and I bet the cow guy will dig into that a little deeper in a little while. But first, let's start with the corn market here to start the week off, and we're now moving a bit higher. September at 388 1/4. It's up a penny and 3/4. Couple of pennies higher on the D's at 405 1/4. Now our new crops is really the most active as we start looking at the row crops. August for the beans down 7 3/4, 1021 1/2. The November at 1025 3/4. It's down a penny and a half, and over. We have 3 wheat contracts that we look at. We start with the Chicago in September off 6 1/4 at 532 3/4. Deferreds are all in the red. Hard red winter wheat is off 2 1/4 on the September, 557 1/2. Though it is trading closer to the high of the day, the deferreds are also lower. And spring wheat in Minneapolis down 3 1/2 on the September, 591 1/2. Let's look at the cotton market. It's been under pressure now for the past, month and a half. The October lightly trading 138 lower. Most active is D's at 67.12. It's off 113. It's a good opportunity to go to Whitehall, Maryland. It's where we find Ben Hushon with the mill. Hey, Ben.
Good morning, Tony. It is a beautiful sunny morning here. Already 81 degrees, which is typically more, Tony, a high for us. So we continue as we have been, as I've talked the last couple of weeks, several weeks actually. We're typically ending up in the low to mid 90s. At the moment, we caught some nice rain over the weekend. Couple storms came through. Pretty much the entire area got between 1 and 2 inches of rain. Much needed rain, especially for crops like for the viewers standing in some double crop soybeans. In other words, we had wheat in this field. It would have been planted last fall, harvested the end of June, soybeans planted almost immediately. And again, for the viewers, I don't know if you can see it, we have some nice little flowers starting to come out here, which of course are the precursors to the pods that we hope to fill up between now and harvest at the end of October.
Hey, Ben, once you do harvest this, do you have local markets for it around the area? Is it more for export? Where does it go?
Tony, that's a great question. For this area, it's predominantly the hogs and chickens. We actually can't grow, just about can't grow enough corn and soybeans in this area. So pretty much all of it stays here. Dairy still pretty strong in Pennsylvania, especially, but pretty much all of our beans. There is some export, but at the same time, the majority of our beans and corn are going to stay right here in this community, feeding our chickens and hogs in Eastern Shore of Maryland and up into Pennsylvania.
Ben, I'm glad you mentioned dairy. We've been watching milk, butter, and cheese prices this year move higher, so a good opportunity maybe to keep selling that over into the dairy industry. Ben, come back and see us again soon. Ben Hushon is with the mill. Hey, speaking of dairy, we'll talk about livestock and dairy prices in just a moment as Market Day Report continues after this.